So it looks like Games Workshop's getting even more backlash now, and I can't say I feel any sympathy for them. And if you haven't heard the news, GW has decided that in their infinite wisdom, they want to exterminate fans from their entire sphere. They don't want anybody that's a fan. They only want consumers that will question nothing. And when they sell you a sticker for the low price of $49.99 because it has a Games Workshop logo on it, you will just consume it. No, no, no. Don't pay attention to the $50 price tag for a sticker that's 1 inch big. Ignore that. Now I'm being pretty facetious, but only slightly, because this isn't out of the realm of possibility for GW. Because I, as a fan who have been a fan of Warhammer 40K since the early 2000s, I want to say as far back as like 2005, 2004, because it definitely would have been right around 4th edition. And I think we're up to 10th now, so if I'm planning the years out right, it's probably around that time. I remember being in high school, or just starting out in high school, and absolutely loving the Warhammer 40K universe. GW has made nothing but statements about how much it hates its fans since I would probably say about 5th edition. It absolutely despises everybody who is a fan of the 40K universe. They want them gone. And I'm bringing this up, and I'm starting with the article from 2013 because this is really when it started to take its turn to being the worst company on the planet. So if you're not aware, in the 2012-2013 area, GW became very litigious and started suing everybody for everything. And this one right here was because somebody had published a book where they used the term Space Marine. Now, by 2012, 2013, the lore was extremely well established. There were hundreds of books. I know because I read a lot of them. I had a lot of them. Unfortunately, with moving, I had to read a lot of them. But I'm rebuilding that library back up. It's really hard to do because a lot of the books aren't in print anymore. And look, I moved from a 2-bedroom to a 1-bedroom that has almost the exact same space, but I need to get rid of things. So it's kind of hard to see the bookshelves behind me. But I promise you, there are a lot of books there that are out of print because they're the first ones I grabbed because I absolutely love them. I've been a huge fan of 40K. Am I a fan of GW? No, I haven't bought a GW model since the end of 5th edition. Where it was 40K, 30K came out because I loved playing with getting the Primarch models. They were really good. But since then, I haven't bought a legitimate 40K model. It's all been 3D prints or recast because I'm not giving money to this shitty-ass company. And it's funny because I see these articles starting to pop up where GW is suing 250 independent creators, YouTube creators, fans of GW. They're suing them because, well, they don't always say the perfect things that GW wants them to say. They're not paid shills like we'll say a Major Kill or oh, who's that other dweeb? I keep wanting to say Bucky, but I know it's not Bucky. Hold on, I'll figure this out in a second. Well, it doesn't matter. I can't even find the dude's name. But like Wes Hammer and the likes of them who have literally signed contracts to do nothing but speak positively about GW. But if you're a content creator and you're like, yeah, this model's not that great, or GW is kind of overpriced at this point and you're not getting enough bang for your buck, GW will absolutely come for your channel. Or if you make lore videos. You know, you make lore videos. We had the Emperor's, if you had text-to-speech. You know, we got Janovich now, who's now quitting making 40K content. And I mean, I'm pulling up his channel here. Farewell Warhammer, 7 days ago. That was kind of a depressing video. But I mean, 2 months ago, Games Workshop attacks fan animators. I mean, they're going after everybody. Games Workshop now attacks parody. Games Workshop attacks unmonetized fan art. Games Workshop goes too far. This has been an ongoing theme for years, and all they are doing is killing anybody who could have been a fan to pander to the modern audience. And I mean, we can look at everything that's going right now in the media entertainment sphere in all the countries. I mean, look at what happened to Doctor Who. Everybody was excited for Doctor Who, had some of its highest viewership since its reboot, and then they killed it because, well, we got to pander to modern audiences, the audience that doesn't exist. And all it was pandering to woke morons who don't watch the show, and now nobody watches it, and it's being canceled. I mean, we can go, hell, Top Gear was really fun to watch, and they're like, you can't say those no words. We're gonna fire you. We're gonna force you out of the company because you're not pandering to modern audiences. How well did that go for the BBC? That's two BBC episodes, or two BBC shows that have been utterly canceled because, pandering to modern audience, they just want the consumers, but the consumers don't watch it. And sure, GW has a bunch of people that are interested right now because the fans have sold it to people. The only problem is they're only selling it to the people now because it's the hype thing to do. Everybody has to be interested in 40K. So now everybody's interested, but as soon as the next thing comes along, they will drop GW like, let's do the insert Toy Story clip here.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Oh, I don't want to play with you anymore. And GW is going to crash, and it's going to beg its fans to come back, and the fans are going to be like, fuck you. You told us you don't want us here, so eat a dick. But I mean, we can even jump over here to Spiky Bits. Games Workshop has done it again. Another content creator just got the boot from the influencer program. This time it's Trovarian Models, a creator with 400 videos showcasing Warhammer models, techniques, and honest opinions. He praised what deserved it, called out what didn't deserve any praise, and now he's out. I mean, they're firing everybody. If you don't sign the contract to say, I will never say anything bad about GW like fucking Wes Hammer over there, you're gone. Your channel's gone. GW actively hates its fans, wants them all gone, and doesn't care. But I mean, that's why nobody's buying this stuff. Everybody looks at the price. They're like, oh, what is it? Like a $50 game? They look at the box and they're like, oh, I could buy a box of models for $50. Cool. All I need is to play, right? Well, no, you got to buy the $60 rule book. Then you got to buy the codex. That one box isn't enough. You got to spend another $1,000. Oh, by the way, we've introduced cards. So now you've got to have cards in the thing. That's another $15-$20. Oh, by the way, you need a bunch of dice. Dice bricks are going to be $20-$30. And by the time you tab it all out to play the damn game, you're looking at $2,000. That's not a normie thing. That's a fan thing. And without your fans, GW, you are absolutely fucking nothing.
Without me, my rifle is useless. Without my rifle, I am useless.
You know, that's why I gave up on 40K after 5th edition. I saw where it was going. Now all I do is make shit posts about GW and how terrible they are. Oh, by the way, they banned me for saying there are no female custodes. You know, them trying to pander to the modern audiences. That didn't go too well, did it? But yeah, GW blocked me for saying that because, they're sniveling little fucking cunts who can't take an ounce of criticism. And they can't even accept their fans. Hey, I made fan art. Banned. Lawsuit. And I do believe Arch made a video that he's genuinely contemplating getting out of the 40K Warhammer universe altogether. Well, I say 40K. I know he does some fantasy stuff. Not a lot. He's definitely more on the 40K side. But I do believe he said he's even contemplating getting out of it. And he actually attributes him having 2 channels to being because GW is just eventually going to nuke his channel one day with copyright claims to just get rid of him because, hey, he's an old fan. I remember, back in my day, I remember when the lore was the Emperor made the 20 Primarchs and Chaos realized what he was doing and sucked the 20 Primarchs into the warp and dispersed them across the galaxy so that he couldn't form his crusade across the galaxy to wipe out all religion and actually make the Chaos Gods not exist. That was the lore. And now it's like, no, there was a guy named Astartes who did it, and the Emperor had a wife, and his wife did it to save the kids. It's like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? That's what we're changing the lore to now? That's how it's going to be? GW trying to retcon their own lore after being out there for, what was it, 50, 60 years now? What was it, 80s? I guess 40 years. I gave it a little too long. Like, I can understand building up the lore, but to go back and retcon things that have been that way for 30 years... And pretend like, no, this is the way it's always been. Go back. It's not like we don't have hundreds, if not thousands of books that actually build up the lore that you're just going back and say, nuh-uh. Mama said I can do what I want. So, I mean, in terms of GW, fuck GW. As far as I'm concerned, anything that came out after 5th edition is not canon. Fuck it. It's not real. it's some fucking Truenshiner's fan fiction because we know that's what's infiltrated GW based on the fact that they're doing all the gay pride garbage. But I mean, who am I? I've just been a loyal fan since the early 2000s. You know, I've read hundreds of books. I even watched the old shitty 40K animations that were published by GW that now pretends like they don't exist, which if you haven't seen that, they're pretty bad. You know, it's kind of like when they the guy who made the Astartes well, he started his miniseries, and I think it all got combined into one long video with all the fan things. It's like, that was awesome. And then GW's like, well, what I'm assuming now is because what they've been doing to other creators is they walked up and said, you're going to sign a contract with us, or we're going to delete you off the internet. And we're going to sue you into the ground. And of course, it's a small creator who dedicated hours and hours, if not years, of his life to making this fan animation, signed the contract, and guess what happened to him? He's nowhere to be found. GW just lawsuits everybody into the ground while destroying their entire brand. Which is kind of funny because I'm thinking about somebody actually wants to do lore videos with me because I'm a lore autist and they're kind of new at it. Which I might have to put a disclaimer. Everything after 5th in the videos is like, it doesn't exist. It's all fanfic. It's all paid fanfic by GW. But yeah, Games Workshop is just a pile of shit company that deserves to rot into the fucking ground. And this will be the death of GW. It's going to take years because, you know, we got to wait for the normies to be like, oh, new thing, new shiny thing, must go find that. But GW is running itself into the ground. They are going to fail. I have no doubts about that, just like everything. You know, just like with the DEI with Disney. You know, they were like, oh yeah, we're making tons of money. You made tons of money because normies didn't know you were pushing this propaganda. And once they figured that out, now you're losing tens of billions of dollars and have had to pivot into selling cruises. Like, Disney, what are you doing? Stop it. But no, you had to enter the political sphere, and this is going to be your demise. You're going to sell the lowest form of bullshit, and nobody's going to want it. But everybody, leave your thoughts in the comments section. While you're there, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out. Until the next one, guys, be easy like sleazy.